looking forward to this weekend?
For a third place Chelsea supporter, I'm hoping for a 3-0 win over Manchester City. That way, we can leapfrog into hopefully. I'd like to say I think the gap between second place and third place, Manchester City in second place, and Chelsea in third place is about 5 points, if I'm not wrong, if they haven't changed. And if Chelsea pick up the win, it'll be a 2-point gap in between them. I'd rather have that than.
Do they really have to win by 3 goals?
I want it to be a really convincing win. A really convincing win.
And no team needs it worse now than Chelsea. I would agree, but I mean, I don't see that in the cards.
I don't know. See, look, we're gonna have this conversation again. It depends on which Chelsea team shows up.
Sure, and there's no team that knows struggle better than Manchester City. But come on, let's be real here. Manchester City versus Chelsea 3-0. I don't see that by any means. Maybe you could hope for a 2-1 victory, or maybe even a 1-0 squeaker or something. But I think you're wishing on a star this weekend.
Let me. I have Chelsea being a stronger side now because ever since John Terry is back from injury, he actually scored over the weekend. With him on the pitch, they are certainly a stronger side, and I think if you're watching the game, with him on, there's going to be less defensive problems. They're going to be more fluid coming in from the back, and I think. It's going to be a close game. It's going to be a really close game, and both teams have really quality players that can spark up the game in a second. I mean, Silva is going to be phenomenal coming in from the wing. I don't know if Tevez is going to start this game because I know they sat him down for the previous game, and it's going to be a good game.
Well, they play Silva and Tevez very sparingly this year so far, but. I mean, I agree with you. John Terry will add fluidity to the defense, and something that they've lacked all season. But I mean, I think Manchester City just has too much speed coming off the break. I mean, I think they're going to blow by them, if anything. I mean, I see.
So wait, let me guess. You're picking Manchester City to win this matchup?
I would say, yeah, 2-1 Manchester City. Goals for Aguero, goals for Tevez, maybe even Dzeko. I mean, if he Dzeko, I mean, you can't deny any of these guys their goals. I mean. I don't even know who's going to score for Chelsea. It's gonna it might even be an own goal.
The biggest question for me, and this is a question mark, is who's going to start. Who's going to start as a striker? Is it going to be Demba Ba, or is it going to be Fernando Torres? If Fernando Torres starts, I have no hope for the game.
Really?
I'm not bashing the player.
That's not something you hear every day from a Chelsea fan.
No, I'm not bashing the player. He's a top quality player, but he's not the same player that he was in Liverpool. And I know for the last 2 years, that's been the number one argument. But it's the number one argument because it's the truth. He's not the same player. He's lost his speed, and I think it's good. I think it'd be best if Demba Ba started for the matchup. That's the only way I have him scoring 3 goals.
Well, being a Newcastle fan, I wouldn't be opposed to Demba Ba getting the start over Fernando Torres. But I mean, I think that's a very quality assessment. There is that Fernando Torres has not been the same player since he's moved from Liverpool, and obviously he's got a lot of catching up to do. And I mean, they've had high expectations for him since he's been at Chelsea, and honestly, he hasn't stepped up, but in really clutch situations. And this may prove to be one of those situations. But for a man who's largely been transparent on the pitch. This is a big moment for him.